We're outdoors! Yeah, feeling very much better now. Still got a slight cough, but anyway, welcome to Sunday's video, where we look at your comments and we talk about something not as controversial as I talked about on Friday. Let's have a look. Okay, Mark Carney. Yeah, well, he's been singled out to be Trudeau's replacement, hasn't he? He's the top one. Even CTV say that, oh, Mark Carney, he's the one who can fix America versus Canada. And yeah, what do you guys think? I don't trust that guy at all. You know that already. And here's a clip where he's talking about how Greta Thunberg is almost his idol. She's somebody to be listened to. Yeah, Greta Thunberg, somebody who's been instructed to push the old green agenda situation. Have a listen.
I would say I see myself as part of the social movement. I think those at the vanguard of the social movement might see me as being farther behind. And I've, absolutely full credit, and I do in the book, to Greta Thunberg, who I've had the pleasure of meeting several times, and who absolutely has catalyzed that movement, the youth movement, and also done something incredibly valuable. And this is embarrassing to admit, but I think we should admit it. And this is often true, by the way, in finance. Very obvious truths are not fully understood in the system. So what she hammered home was the carbon budget, how small it was, how rapidly it was being depleted. And we've moved in a few short years, in part because of her, from a world of ESG, sustainability, broader conversations around, as I say, sustainability, to a relentless focus on net zero. It's called the Glasgow Financial Alliance for Net Zero for a reason, because we've moved to the relentless logic of having to get emissions down consistent with the carbon budget. So in that regard, I'm part of that and part of mapping what people want to the mechanisms, particularly in finance, in order to deliver it. I'm also, though, conscious that of two other things, Lionel. One is that, of course, net zero it's absolutely essential to stabilize the climate, but that's not the same thing as protecting biodiversity. It's not the same thing as having a just transition along the way. There are lots of other elements that are necessary to this that these broader social movements rightly shine a light on.
So what do you think? Greta Thunberg, what is he on? And yeah, the pleb did something. I'll just put it here. The pleb did something about how he wants to push wokeness in Canada and push it against what Donald Trump's doing in the USA. He thinks that Canadians need or want or are pining for the full-on woke effect, the full-on left-hearted brain. That's what he thinks Canadians want. This is a guy who has never ever been elected for anything in his life, and here he is on the brink of being the Prime Minister of Canada, the unelected Prime Minister of Canada. Let's have a look at your comments. Okay, my controversial video. It wasn't as controversial as I thought it would be, because gladly, you guys, most of you guys agree with me. Will Trump actually make Canada great again? Warning, controversial opinion, the fixer. Yeah, I still stand by what I said in that video, that I think that if it isn't for Trump kicking up a fuss about Canada, we wouldn't be doing anything about the borders or about the addiction issues that we're having in Canada, or the creation of addiction issue substances that I can't talk about on YouTube because that's grown-up content. So, Maria, thank you, Maria.
Couldn't agree with you more. Trump just pushed our misfits to make Canada safer. Thanks, radio.
You see, people actually agree with what I said, and no one else is saying it. No one else is saying that Trump is actually making... They're all saying, oh, the tariffs, it's terrible what he's doing. Yeah, it's not great, but at least he's kicking Canada up the bottom and making Canada actually stand up for itself and protect its borders and do all the things that we've been shouting for this government to do for years. Louise said,
Yes, time to clean up Canada. Thank you, President Trump, for getting the ball rolling.
Dale said,
Suckboy allowing everything illegal soft on crime and criminals on all levels needs to stop. I agree, Trump is definitely helping Canada and Canadians by securing our borders and criminal activities. Have a nice weekend, everybody.
Chris said,
Trump is forced Trudeau to do everything that Poilievre has been promising once he became the next Prime Minister. Trump needs to force an immediate election to save Canada from Liberal Trudeau 2.0, and the treat of tariffs has been a successful ruse so far.
I think he meant a threat. I read it as they treated tariffs. Yeah, I should pre-read some of these comments, really. Alison said,
Yeah, you got it.
Thanks, Alison. So yeah, you guys are agreeing with what I'm saying, which I was in. Well, YouTube don't agree with it because YouTube suppressed the video. It only got about 5,000 pushes out, which is nothing. You know, nothing. My videos will get at least 10 to 50,000 pushes. I've forgotten what you call it now. Impressions out, and this one, no, they didn't want to push this video at all. Power Wagon said,
Exactly. He gave us a choice. Smarten the F up or tariffs. Easy choice for me, at least.
George said, wow. Yep, wow. Birchall at the Wharf
Said, I've been thinking and saying this. He's just the earthquake that's just making everything take a little shift and stir in the pot. Kind of like Reagan or Nixon.
He is. He's definitely stirring the pot, this guy. Definitely. Dale said,
What's the controversial part?
well, there you go. Dale, I've removed that now. I removed it today. I removed the controversial comment because I thought it was controversial because nobody was talking about it. But it appears that everybody agrees. There you go, eh? When you speak up and you say things, then you start to hear what other people have got in common. And yeah, people like what's going on, and they like the fact that the country might become a little bit safer with Trump ruling down below Canada. The free ride is over. Poilievre will stop the XX taxes and stop freeloaders. Yeah, he's looking at clamping down on a lot of things. Is Poilievre? Maybe he should do a Doge thing. We'll have to talk about that next week, I think. Honey and Me said,
Poilievre for the win. Take Canada back.
Brian Darras said,
Whoever made this decision at the CRA and enforced it should go to jail, period. It's theft. It's theft, plain and simple. Embezzlement from Canadian citizens.
Now, Brian's talking about the fact that the CRA decided to take capital gains tax off people even though it hadn't even gone through Parliament yet. Yeah, I know. George said,
Should also eliminate taxes for senior pensions paid tax on tax on tax. No more tax.
Yeah, I don't get that. You pay your taxes, you pay into your CPP pension, you get government money as pension money, but then that government money you have to pay tax on it. But it's government money. It's tax money. It's tax money. Why do you have to pay tax on tax? You're right. You're absolutely right. Icky Mac said,
This dysfunctional government will do anything to stay in power, as long as they can hide their crimes and avoid accountability. This financial crisis will get worse. It will be the way to extend the election date until the year or beyond. I know that Canada is a very rich country and have limitless energy to feed ourselves. Poor leadership and greed got us where we are now.
Yeah, we've been saying that all along. Canada could be the richest country in the world if we just have the right people in place in the Prime Minister's office. And the lineup that they've got at the moment to be placed in the office don't align with what most Canadians want. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow, guys.